space, aliens, fighting, space. In this brand new season of Vapor Wars, the TV show, you'll get all kinds of updates about the biggest game in space history. No refunds available at this time. It's time for...
Welcome to Vapor Wars! It's a really exciting episode today, everyone.
That's right. We have a special guest.
Special guest! Without further ado, go on.
Oh my god. Okay, so Norton is an acclaimed voice actor that we got him. And he is voicing the Colonel in the game. And we have him in here today.
He's perfect for
We're going to chat to him about how, I don't know, his craft. Come on in.
Hey guys,
Hey.
Very well, good to see you, Norton, good to see you.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Already you can see how charismatic his voice is. It's just incredible. He's really good.
Yeah, you can grab a seat from outside.
Oh, yeah, alright. Cool.
The great thing about having the Colonel completely casted is that the Colonel is, one of the most important characters in the game. The Colonel, in many situations, is what you might call the protagonist or the hero. Ultimately, what the Colonel is, he stands for a new wave of hope and optimism in the Vaporwarian universe.
Yeah, and he might come or go in future drafts, but we'll see.
No, he's the Colonel. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Isn't that right, Norton?
No.
You know who's the real Colonel? Colonel Sanders, KFC.
Yes.
Had that for lunch today. How are you doing, Norton?
Oh, I'm good. I'm great. I woke up, got out of bed, and then I was wished away to the magical world of Vapor Wars. It's the brand new studio.
Yeah, there's nothing more you love than a passionate actor and one who sacrifices everything for their crafts. And I mean everything. Norton's really sacrificed a lot so far, so we're really grateful.
Hey, well, no, it's a privilege to be here.
Thank you.
A privilege to work. I mean, it's actually my first voice acting gig. Acting gig in general, so it's just...
We couldn't tell you were...
No, I know. It's we are so immersed by your performance.
Thanks, guys.
I go to sleep listening to lines that you've recorded because you have such a soothing voice.
Thanks.
Norton, why don't you show us some of your acting chops?
Yeah,
How about,
please.
give us a glimpse behind the scenes at the Colonel?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for the longest time, I've always wanted to have that sort of role where you're just that commanding, brave, and charismatic leader, and
Hopeful.
Hopeful.
Inspirational.
That's really, I guess, what you guys are looking for with Vapor Wars is just that sense of hope and courage, and that if we fight and we kill, we maim, eventually we all find peace and happiness. And
a just war.
A just war, exactly. And that's, perhaps there's no other line that accentuates this overwhelming sense of hope from the Colonel. It's this line here. No! Stop! The vapor! It's spreading!
Things spread.
Yeah. And would you be able to recite that in Vaporwarian as well?
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I think, it's conveyed even more hopeful when it's spoken in the native tongue of the universe, yeah.
So the funny thing is, with Vapor Wars, we've actually recorded every line in English and in Vaporwarian.
It's true.
It's the first time in history this has ever been done, so it's pretty
impressive.
Waves.
Yeah, we've had fights behind the scenes as to, should Vaporwarian be the default or should English be the default that you have to change in the settings, but I'm arguing English, of course.
But the in-canon reason is obviously that everyone in the universe speaks Vaporwarian, even the Colonel. So if Norton, you want to take it away?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Olga! Ost! Torka! Schnoorschner!
It's pretty good. That was wow. I already feel my spirits lifted. That was
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't well, the exciting thing about voice acting is that I've, of course, had my turn at it.
Of course.
You have?
And yes, so I am doing the character of the Vapor Lord.
The who?
The sort of main villain of the program, of the game.
There's no like one villain.
Well, there is a Vapor Lord, and I play them.
There's not though. There's no.
There's a Vapor Lord, and they fight against the Colonel. And is the Vapor Lord really evil? Is the Colonel evil? That's kind of the questions we sort of ask with this character. And you can sort of play as the Vapor Lord as well instead of the Colonel, and maybe that'll just be the main type of character.
Maybe there's a subsection of space where there's somebody that has the title Lord, but nobody can buy property.
But the person who
so there's no Lord of property.
All the vapor is the Lord. He wants to get all the vapor.
No,
maybe it's to save the universe.
No,
instead.
that's not the case. That's not the case at all.
But I just think it's good to have ambiguity.
It's a terrifying place.
I agree.
But there's no, there's not one set fraction. It's a just war that's being.
Well, I mean, these are the little discussions we have behind the scenes.
Yes, it's all about being diplomatic and democratic and decisive.
Exactly,
the three
hopefully we won't
Ds
run into any more
of
funding
communication
issues.
in Vapor Wars.
We have an announcement to make.
We do.
You don't know what it is yet.
Is this not the campaign?
Vapor Warian as a language is going to be removed from the game due to complaints about words being unintentionally offensive.
That's pulling it out of context, though.
I think
I don't think we
sometimes context isn't important,
but
and sometimes what's important is what's heard by ears.
Norton has learnt the entire language, the language I built. You don't just throw that away.
Well, he didn't have to do that.
No, Vapor Warian will stay on as the main language in the game. I know a lot of you out there have already started learning it yourselves, which is just it's beautiful, and brings some warmth to our hearts. So.
Well, of course, I make decisions about all kinds of things, including funding and where it goes, if it stays with the project, if it whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to keep having these discussions. And of course, speaking of funding, Leicester.
Save Leicester!
Save Leicester. Do not forget to donate to Save Leicester. We've already raised hundreds of dollars.
It's incredible how much money you guys keep giving out to us. It's just...
Yeah. We have a lot of high earners in the audience.
Yeah.
Lawyers and bankers, probably. Restaurateurs.
So thank you very much for that.
Minors. Not children. Well, there are children in the audience.
But
children love space. Astronauts is another high-earning job. Norton, why don't you close us out with something? An audition, like a dramatic monologue of some sort.
You can read it from. You can go from. Do you remember the monologue from chapter 50, subsection 23, B? The one.
Of course not. Why would I remember that?
Just wing it.
Yeah. All right, just wing it.
Can we get a nice close-up of
with the chair.
Norton?
Oh, do it with the chair, okay.
Are we not all members of the Vapor Society? Is the Vapor not all-encompassing, all-encroaching, all-powerful? No. It's not the vapor that gives us power. It's war and violence. And as the Colonel, I will do everything I can to kill my enemies and their families. And take all their resources.
And as the Vapor Lord, I will vanquish evil.
Not canon.
Well, thanks so much, Norton. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, no worries. Anytime.
Beautiful.
So look, I know, like I'm a contractor, right? So I get paid for my voice acting. But this obviously, I'm not getting paid for this, right?
You can pop the chair outside, back where you found it.
And then we can...
Yeah, so thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah. But it's cool. Like the chair
goes right where you found it. So just in the meeting room down the hall.
Paid, I'm going. Yeah, I understand. It's just sort of a promotional thing. Right?
You've got to make sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Norton. And you catch the Colonel and only the Colonel in our upcoming playtest, a showcase of what we've got on offer. This time it is absolutely set. What we're about to show you is just phenomenal. It is, dare I say it, monumental for playtests. There has never been a playtest as extraordinary, as insightful, as enthralling as Vapor Wars playtest version 2. And so get ready, strap yourselves into your
I'm excited
L-ships.
because I haven't had a chance to see it either, so it'll be my first
you will,
time seeing it.
and you will see it when it's released.
Yes, so cautiously optimistic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you at the next one.
What do you think of the Vapor Lord? I think it's a good. Because he's staying. Well, he, she, they. We don't know yet.